Hello, wonderful friends. Welcome to Learn with Param. We're so thrilled to have you join us today. You know, we're all about sharing fun and engaging stories that teach us valuable lessons. And today, we have a very special tale lined up for you. It's a story that will make you smile, laugh, and maybe even cheer. So gather around, get cozy, and let your imaginations run wild. Are you ready to dive into an exciting story? Once upon a time, in a lush green forest, lived a tiny turtle named Timmy. Now, Timmy was not your regular turtle. He was small, even for a turtle, but his heart, it was as big as the forest he lived in. Timmy was an adventurous little fellow, always ready to explore the great big world around him. But the vastness of the forest, with its towering trees and all the creatures that made it their home, often made Timmy feel overwhelmed. He would look at the mighty elephants, the agile monkeys, and the swift deer, and he'd feel a pang of doubt. Am I too little? He'd ask himself. Can someone as small as me truly matter in this enormous world? Timmy's fears and doubts about himself were like a shadow that followed him everywhere. And so, our tiny friend with a heart full of courage but a mind full of doubt often wondered if he was too small to make a difference. One day, a forest fire broke out and all the animals were in panic. The calm serenity of the forest was abruptly replaced with the terrifying roar of the flames. Animals of all shapes and sizes scurried about in confusion, their eyes wide with fear. The air was thick with smoke, the heat was intense, and the forest was in a state of chaos. In the midst of this pandemonium, our little friend Timmy the tiny turtle was just as scared as the rest. But as he watched the flames dance dangerously close to his home, something stirred within him. He knew he had to do something, anything to help. Timmy was small and his steps were slow, but he had a big heart and an even bigger will. He looked at his tiny shell and had a thought. He could carry water in his shell to the fire. But as he turned his gaze from his shell to the monstrous fire, doubt crept into his mind. Could he, a tiny turtle, make a difference in this enormous fire? Could he face this enormous challenge? It would be easy to retreat, to hide in his shell and wait for the danger to pass, but that's not what heroes do. And in that moment, Timmy decided he wanted to be a hero. He shook off his doubts, took a deep breath, looked at the raging fire, and said to himself, I believe I can help. With determination in his heart, Timmy rushed towards the nearest pond. This tiny turtle, the smallest creature in the forest, had a mission. He began to scoop up water in his small shell and raced back to the fire. Back and forth, he went without a moment's rest. Despite his size, Timmy wasn't discouraged. He knew he had to do his part, no matter how small. And as he tirelessly worked, something amazing happened. The other animals, initially skeptical, began to join him. One by one, they followed his lead. The squirrel, the rabbit, the deer, even the mighty bear, all inspired by this tiny turtle's bravery and unwavering determination. Together, they fought the fire, each doing their part. And just like that, the once raging fire was reduced to smoldering ashes. The forest was saved, all thanks to Timmy's courage and tenacity. And so the tiniest creature in the forest led the biggest rescue. And that, friends, is the story of brave little Timmy. Isn't it amazing how such a tiny turtle could make such a big difference? Timmy may have been small in size, but his courage was as tall as the tallest tree in the forest. He faced his fears, believed in his abilities, and saved his forest friends from danger. You see, it was Timmy's belief in himself that turned him into a hero. He showed us that no matter how small you are, if you believe in yourself, you can make a big difference. So, just like Timmy, whenever you're faced with a challenge, remember to believe in yourself. The size of your body doesn't determine the size of your impact. It's the size of your courage, the strength of your belief in yourself, that truly matters. Remember, believing in yourself is your superpower. Thank you for joining us today on Learn with Param. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more inspiring stories. Until next time, keep believing in yourself.